Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Off play action, it's Minshew. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard.
A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Looking long for Westbrook. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, 62 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former 1st-round pick there on the coverage.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd down, here's an option right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Huntley. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
10 at the 47-yard line.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallo. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 more there and another 1st down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Going with Armstead, a 1st down carry. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
He's brought down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 17-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
At the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Armstead. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Minshew quickly completing it out wide. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And now the Jags are going to go for 2 here. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away.
Catch made at the 25. Yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On 2nd down now. It's Taylor, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 9 yards on the 1st down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 12. And the Colts 1st down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Huntley. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. Here's Minshew. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
5-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Back to the air on second down. Huntley looking for Campbell downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Complete.
Paris Campbell, 75 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, you're almost in field goal position.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A run here with Armstead. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, Armstead. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, they go with Armstead. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, Armstead.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
This will be caught just inside the 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Laquell Armstead there to make the grab. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Drake. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. The give to Taylor. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Taylor, the Colts ball carrier.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Drake on the carry.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Gain of 11 on the play. And a Colts first down.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here. A very eventful Divisional Round Weekend. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
24-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Huntley, and he'll go underneath here to Drake. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 14. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Jaguars 25, Colts 14. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off 14.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Minshew sets to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
That's good for a first down. He's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. On second down, Minshew. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now Minshew. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds.